You don't need to go far to learn about wildlife. This week, much of our learning has been in our own garden, focusing on mini-beasts. In this video, discover how you can make the most of mini-beast hunting with your kids. Use it to discuss science concepts, develop language, make your own grass insect, and introduce the language of capacity, as well as how to use your harvested garden produce or shop-bought fruit and veg for a seasonal colour matching activity. So let's get into it. Making the most of any nice autumn weather sees us out in the garden a lot at the moment. One way to keep kids entertained and learning in the garden is a mini-beast hunt. Even in a small garden or park, you can find lots of variety. So arm yourself with magnifying glasses or a bug finder and the Curious Kids 101 Mini-Beast Nature Hunt Pack. Then head outside. Begin by asking the kids where they think they might find mini-beasts living. Why would they choose these places? Then invite the kids to investigate and see if they were right, using the Curious Kids 101 Mini-Beast Nature Hunt Pack to work out what they find. Mini-beasts are extremely small, so care needs to be taken when making these observations. That's why I recommend using a magnifying glass. It can also help engage children, as they love using different equipment. It's also a great chance to talk about size with young children. Use a range of vocabulary and describe the size, showing them with your arms what the words mean. Everything from tiny, small, microscopic, to large, big, enormous, etc. Older children may also be interested to know how a magnifying glass actually works to make things appear bigger. The short answer is refraction. They bend the light to change the image. But don't panic if you don't know the answers to these sorts of questions. As a parent, you really don't have to. Google it and learn together. They'll really enjoy that. Remember, if your children are going to handle the mini-beasts, this needs to be done with extreme care, because of course they are so small. This is a great learning opportunity in itself. Gentle hands has always been my reminder to my youngest child since he was very small, because he can be very heavy-handed at times. When he was small, this instruction was also accompanied by a gentle stroking gesture from me on his hands, so that he could feel what I mean, as well as hear the instruction. Mini-beasts also need to be returned when you finish looking at them, to exactly where you found them. Somewhere close is not good enough. And if the kids question why that is, have a good discussion with them about habitat. Explain how different creatures need different conditions in order to live most happily. Another important learning point we discussed is that some of the mini-beasts are insects, but not all. So what makes an insect then? What makes an insect then? After some careful observation and reading, we established that insects have 6 legs and a body with 3 separate parts. But mini-beasts can have a very varied number of legs, right down from a worm with no legs, all the way up to the almost uncountable number of legs on a millipede. For great conversations with kids, challenge them to describe how these creatures move. We talked about a whole range of movements, and used a range of different vocabulary, everything from slid and slithered to scuttled and squirmed. To reinforce this, we also tried moving like mini-beasts and describing our own movements using these words. In our garden this time, we were able to identify spiders, snails, woodlice, worms, ants, and a centipede. To help reinforce this and to learn some of the other mini-beasts, the pack can also be used inside. The thumbnail cards can be matched to the main sheet and then identified. Get your Mini-Beast Nature Hunt Pack in the Curious Kids 101 shop and enjoy exploring with your kids, or set them a challenge and keep them busy while you do some garden jobs, or simply enjoy any last autumn sunshine. After discovering lots about insects and other mini-beasts, we decided to make one of our own. This wonderful insect will eventually be covered in grass as it grows out from its body. Follow along if you wish to make one with your children. It's a great opportunity for learning about growing as well as recycling. To make this grass insect, you will need an old pair of ties, soil and grass seed, as well as some things to decorate your insect with. We decided to use pipe cleaners and googly eyes. Cut the leg off the old pair of ties and fill it with soil. This is a great opportunity to discuss capacity, using terms like full and empty with young children, and also mentioning how close to full it is. Is it half full or 3/4 full? Filling the tights can be pretty tricky, as young children struggle to hold them open and then place the soil inside. So my top tip here is to stretch the open end of the tights over a pot or similar container to allow it to stay open as your child fills it. Cut the leg off. Once the soil is in, it is time to add the grass seed. Sprinkle a thick layer on top of the soil. Ask your children if they know what a seed is. If you have done some planting previously, this is a great time to remind your child of it. Discuss how seeds can look very different from each other. A conker and an acorn are also seeds. This idea was really mind-blowing for my young guest. Remove the open end of the tights from the pot and tie it up. Then encourage your child to knead the tights to mix the grass seed into the soil. Decorate your insect as you wish. We twisted pipe cleaners around for its legs and antennae and added googly eyes. Finally, we discussed how to help the grass grow. Drawing on their earlier learning, my kids could identify that plants need water and sunlight to grow. So we watered our insect and placed him in a sunny spot. He already looks fab, and hopefully it won't be too long before he starts to grow grass all over. He'll be a great Halloween decoration too, and I know my kids will enjoy checking to see if he's growing. This allowed me to set up another activity for my youngest which he really enjoyed, a colour matching task. I gathered a range of fruit and vegetables which we had harvested and arranged them in our trog tray, along with part of the Curious Kids 101 colour matching and counting learning pack. He was then tasked with placing the correct colour card with each fruit or vegetable. It was a great time to discuss how a colour of fruits can change as they ripen, and also to consider the different shades of colour that exist. For example, we could have light green and dark green, but they're both described as green. If you wish to try this or a similar activity with your child, the Curious Kids Colour Matching Pack is available in our shop now. If you've enjoyed watching, don't forget to subscribe and follow the Curious Kids 101 on social media to stay up to date with all our ideas and products. Until next time, carry on inspiring learning for your kids. Bye bye.